it's been a lot going on. So we'll see. I don't think Diamond is gonna come. Genty may come, but Genty is not really black TikTok. Genty is black TikTok, but Genty is like another part. He's not messy TikTok. Like Genty just started coming to court. He don't be in nothing over here.
It's just too much crossover for the audience. Target audience, like too much crossover. I like what Kappa suggested, it being on Zoom.
I think I agree, because when I think you had people in there naming off Cartel and Cartel and Guru and Lower, and those are people who are on Red Pill TikTok.
They can open their own. own,
and they probably would need to. Like the people that I would expect to be in a meeting for them would be like Guru, Lower, Guru, Lower, Moses, people like that. I would expect them to be all in the same meeting. For this meeting, this is messy black TikTok. So I would expect people like the ones that they had. But I'm gonna say this: when people, people, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna go out on the line, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna make a prediction.
Go ahead.
Okay, this shit ain't gonna work. Now I'm telling you, and I'm gonna come back on your live, and I'm gonna tell you in a month or so. I told you so.
Okay.
There's a dead cat up the line. Why he puppeteering and mastering this thing? There's something up the line. I can't put my tooth on it. I can't put my tooth.
Hillary. Okay. Okay. So Hillary has her preservations, and she's like, look, her reservations. And she's like, look, hey, how you doing? She's like, thank you, Jennifer. Hillary don't think that it's gonna work. Zara, what you think? I think it's worthy to still go though, y'all. Y'all don't. I think it's still worthy to go.
I would still, but I'm not giving a follow.
You said you would still go, but you're not giving, and I didn't hear the rest.
I wouldn't give a follow. Because even if the comments are off, they're still getting the traction for followers. I'm not going to say names.
Okay. And okay.
It's Kevin that's hosting, right?
Thank you, Auntie Keita. Yeah, Kev will be hosting.
Right. And I'm skeptical about how things are going to turn out.
Well, that's unless we go to Zoom. If we go to Zoom, then nobody on TikTok hosts, and everybody can stream it from their own devices.
Right. And I hope it goes that way.
Okay, so you feel like it should definitely be on Zoom. Well, yeah, I think Kappa is creating a Zoom link. So Kappa's creating a Zoom link. And so we got a list of people that they want to invite. They got Black Diamond on the list. I don't think Black Diamond will show, but she's on the list. They got Slim on the list, Petty Rowe, me, Aunt Karen, Tea Time and Chef Foxy, Kappa.
That's a lot of strong personalities.
Yeah, it is. It is. Kappa. Who else did they name off that I'm missing? Miss Nitra, Rick the Ruler. Diamond can come off the list. Diamond's on the list already, though, y'all. They said, oh yes, they said Genty. They said Bella. They got a strong following too. Yeah, they did not name $2. They did name Petty Rowe. This just happened on Petty Rowe's live. They named Miss Nitra. She won't come. Slim is on the list. Rose is not on the list. Chef is on the list. Genty is on the list. Tea Time is on the list. Cartel is not on the list. They said he's not part of that. That's out of TikTok. Aunt Karen is on the list. And she's confirmed she will be coming. Omar said he's not coming, but Omar was on the list to come. But he said he won't be attending. He just wants to see how it's going to play out first. That's all. Okay. So, yeah. At this point, I mean, we're gonna see. I'm going in with an open mind. I hope everything turns out well. I hope everything can be squashed, but we're going to see. It's going to depend on what the, you know what I'm saying? It's going to depend on what's on the whatchamacallit. I don't know.
Go in there and get me that box of dental floss, please.
Hillary.
What are you gonna dental floss?
Sorry. Oh gosh.
You need tooth.
Hey, Ayo.
Goodbye. This is why I get in trouble. Goodbye.
All right. So
Thanks,
no problem. I feel like yes, there's. I don't know. It is. Somebody says it's going to be a lot of strong personalities. It's definitely a lot of strong personalities. We gonna hope for the best. I'm not going in trying to talk over nobody. I feel like, hell, if need be, put us all on Showtime. But I mean, at this point, because none of us kind of orchestrated the meeting, thank you, Renee. And it was Kev's idea, I guess, we'd more so be kind of, I guess, listening to what his propositions are. What's the agenda? I don't know. The only person that would know is Kev. He wants to have a conversation with the creators. So that's what we're looking at now. I don't know what's going to be on the agenda. Thank you, your fave Heidi. Your favorite, hold on. Your fave high yellow fella. Okay. So yeah, I mean, at this point, that's all we can do. We can go in, we can wait. Is AP on the list? No, AP was not named. AP was not named. Yeah, there's a few. You can name a few people. There were not a lot of people. Thank you, Coco. Yeah, no, it's AP is not on the list. Rose is not on the list. Male wise, I think it was Slim, Omar, but Omar said he's not coming. Rick the Ruler, Kev the Comic. Who else did they have on the male list? I don't think it was nobody. Slim, Kev, Rick, Omar, but Omar said he ain't coming. I think Genty. Genty is on the list too. They invited Genty. Genty probably gonna be like, what the hell am I here for? I don't be on this side of TikTok with y'all.
Not true. You got a whole bunch of Indians and no chiefs. I'm people gonna say Hillary's being negative. No, I'm telling the truth. You got a whole bunch of Indian chiefs and no Indians gonna come in there with their egos. You watch.
Yeah, and you could be right. I get what you're saying. Too many, like y'all said, somebody wrote in the comments too. They said too many strong personalities. Y'all all screaming, that's right, that part. I can tell y'all asses wouldn't be in me. Y'all talking about, look, take the phone trip, put it next to the computer, because we need to be at this Zoom. I can already see it. Y'all like, yeah, I'm interested in hearing how these personalities get together. I will say that, yes, there are a lot of strong personalities, but I can say this. I think everybody is open and willing in regards to this, because you had Tea Time who was talking about a come together of everybody sharing their experiences on her platform. You had me who was talking about like movie night and card games and stuff like that. You had Kev talking about doing this. So I think everybody's mindset is in the mindset of coming together, growth, things of that nature. Everybody, it looks different to everybody, hence why we all got different, ideas that we bring forth. But I think everybody's trying to come together. I think everybody's willing to listen. We all went on mute. Nobody was over talking each other today.
Now you my sister. Would you like to make $1,000 friendly wager on this? Just as sister to sister. We both work. We got jobs. We don't cry and beg on TikTok for money.
I ain't that confident. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not that confident. I'm open to seeing what the fuck is gonna pop off. Thank you, Bo.
Thank you, Bo.
I don't think I'm bold enough to put down a K on it, because I can't guarantee. This is something I'm really 50-50 on. What are y'all saying? Y'all, this is crazy, guys. Y'all feel like that's the case? So let's do a poll. Let me do a poll. See how many people feel like this is gonna go well, because this is crazy. I can't believe y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Will the conference work? That's what we're gonna do with this. Will the conference, hold on. Will the conference work? Yes or no? Start. They talking about the poll is under review. What do you got to put it under review for?
The real Sheila Bella says, no, Hillary don't want it to work. I think it will. Let me tell you something, baby. I don't care if it does work. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not delusional. I know who big creators are. It's a few of them in the bunch. Some of them ain't no big creators, but they're going to do it how they choose to do it. If it works, I'm happy for it. But one thing, I don't care if it work or not work. I'm not coming off of that toothless motherfucker's ass for nobody.
Okay. All right, y'all. Click the clipboard in the top left corner up under my picture and stuff. Click it and please vote. Do you think the conference will work? Do y'all think y'all is in here rolling? Do y'all think the conference will work? Do y'all think this is gonna be the end all be all and we're gonna be able to bring more creators in? Thank you, Pipdo. Okay, now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's 50-50. Should I screenshot it and post it for y'all? Hillary, you think they want to see it?
Yeah, post it.
Hold on, let me post it. Are y'all about to see? Y'all is really running neck and neck on this. Let me see. Hold on. Look at that. Let me hit them comments real quick. Yeah. 51-49, y'all. People is not playing. 51-49. 48, my bad. Hey, shit. Can we vote again? Can we vote again? Somebody switch it up. Let's retry it. Hold on. Hey,
If you have time, can you ask who thought that it would work? Who voted?
you want them to just say it out loud like me?
Yeah, like why do they think that would work?
Possible me. Okay, you said you thought it would work? Oh, it's a bunch of me saying yes. What did you ask them if they did or did not think it would work?
I'm happy. I hope I'm wrong. But I would be willing to drop 1K to say I'm right.
Okay, so Hillary, let me say this. Since you think that it will not work, how long do you give it before things flip back to previous positions?
2 to 3 weeks.
Hillary, like, fuck that. And I'm going to say this. 2 to 3 weeks is a long time in TikTok world. In TikTok world, 2 to 3 weeks is an extended period of time. Y'all got to remember, we be on here daily. Somebody said 2 days. Let's try that one. Let's do that as a poll. If there is no change, how long will it take for things to go back to being the same?
No, things are going to turn up by Sunday.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so we can all agree. Somebody said I'm going to do 2 to 3 weeks. No, I'm going to do 2 to 3 hours. Wait, 2 to 3 days. And then I'm going to do 2 to 3 weeks. Days. We know if it's going to be some trash, it's going to be some trash in far more than 2 to 3 months. So we ain't even got to go that far.
Give it till Sunday. Everybody's going to be on the docket.
Okay. Y'all got 1 minute. The poll is up. Hold on. They getting ready in a minute. Damn, come on. Start my poll. All right, poll is up. It's the clipboard in the top left corner. If things do not change, if things remain the same, how long do y'all give it before things reverse? So let's say we go to the meeting on Friday. Do y'all give it 2 to 3 hours before something pop off? 2 to 3 days before something pop off? Or 2 to 3 weeks before something pops off?
Can I give you my answer real quick?
Go ahead, Hillary.
Kev the comic would sprout out baby teeth again before it worked.
Okay. Okay. Let me see what these answers are saying here. Somebody say 2 days, days. Somebody say 4 hours. Somebody say same day. Somebody say I have faith in my people. Okay. 2 days. Same day, days. Okay, so people think that the content creators will keep the same energy for the next few hours. So after the meeting, y'all don't suspect. Okay. Yeah, the majority of the people are saying 2 to 3 days, and after that came 2 to 3 weeks. Very few people chose 2 to 3 hours. Okay, nobody's like one cash app away from drama. Stop. 4 to 5 days. You have faith. Somebody say days. What meeting trip? Kev the Comic is hosting a meeting. He said for the content creators. He's named off a few of them, and he's trying to have a meeting. To I guess come to a peace standing, a peace ground, and working together. So the people are stating, some of them are stating that they believe that there will be change. Others are stating they won't be changed. And now we're in here asking, if there is no change, how long will it take for people to revert back to their old ways? I'm going to be optimistic and say weeks. I'm gonna be a buck. I feel like the people are everybody's gonna go. I feel like people are gonna get along, or they're gonna hear each other out. I'm a little concerned when it comes to the amount of time. I definitely don't think anything will pop off the same day, but see, on TikTok, you never really know. Okay. Bo say 48 hours. I would give it that. I'm going to tell you this. I have a feeling that even if we go to court on Friday, my fingers are crossed. I'm hoping this won't be the case. But I know my people, so I'm like, ooh, you always have to question. I'm going to say that most people are going to go and they're going to make a change, right? I'm going to say that everybody's going to make a change initially. I have a feeling that we're going to have 1 to 2 cases come Sunday. And then again, it depends on how things go. If the request is that nobody speak on anybody, then we may be lost come Sunday. If ain't nobody starting nothing with nobody, covering a story, yes. But if nobody is intentionally instigating or bothering the other person, I don't know. It's gonna depend. If Bella's being asked to not host court anymore, and if that's the case, then there won't be court on Sunday, even if there is an argument. I don't know. It's gonna depend on what's being laid down and what's being agreed upon.
So
Everyone gonna come up with new content.
Somebody just messaged me and said, Hillary, why do you keep on talking about Toothless? You seem obsessed. Now let me just explain it this nicest way, because I'm gonna be in court. Anytime you got a shitty breath, toothless motherfucker worried about my husband and what my husband's nuts smell like and what him and me doing, and he continuously dropping my husband and my name out of his shitty ass mouth, I'm going to address it.
To say that with Black people, not all of us, but a good majority of us, we're very ignorant. So I'm going to give it 2 days, 2 to 3 days at max. I'm gonna be real.
You're right. I'm thinking if people do not change, then 2 to 3 days. We all have been really good with saying, get out of my room with that bone carrying. So-and-so on live, stop it. I'm going to tell so-and-so you was talking about them, don't do that. We have all been kind of leading up to that, putting, benchmarks down. I know I've been telling people, you don't carry no bones. In my live, I think T-Time had been telling people, somebody came over there to tell her Petty Rose talking. She's like, I don't want to hear it. So there's been people putting down some stops. Miss Nitra, somebody came in her live. She like, we're not doing that. So that's 3 right there. Yeah, I don't know. I think the people are trying to make a change. I hope that it's not like a forced change, because when people get forced to change, and it's not coming from the heart, they really don't change. So I'm hoping that people are like really able to see. Maybe it'll be like a meetup, and people will really be able to say like how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, without being judged. Like, hey, you talked about me that one time, and I ain't gonna lie, that made me go home and I ain't want to be bothered for the rest of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it can be like an impactful type conversation along with how we can move forward. I don't know.
I just think that everyone has to be tactful about what they mention during that time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And see, I wish
it can get very messy quickly because there's a lot of like strong personality. It's gonna have to be like one-on-one on each person.
Yeah. Yeah. And y'all not gonna believe it, but I'm gonna tell you, I even said I feel like Trina should possibly be there. I don't like
Yikes. Yikes.
No, I'm serious. I don't like Trina, but the amount of people, you cannot not decline. You cannot ignore the following that she has. Y'all, okay, some of y'all saying too far. Y'all saying I'm going too far.
I need $3,998 from my Airbnb.
That's reaching, but I'm gonna
I
say this,
need
and then I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get down. My bad, Hillary. Because I know you want to
from my
go in on
Airbnb.
Gummy so damn bad. But hold on, Hillary, hold on. I'm gonna say this. I want everybody to come together because I'm so sick of all the bullshit going on this app. I honestly want everybody to come together, but my only thing is why I say that I don't think that it's going to work is because, for one, it needs to be a lot of shit that needs to be addressed among each other. Like, it needs to be apologies given and everything else. Like, you can't just try to start a new relationship by sweeping shit underneath the rug. Like, you can't just do that. It's not gonna work. So like I said in the comments, I get a shit about 7 minutes because we know after that Zoom, we got that one content creator that's still gonna egg shit on. Because that's what he like to do. But it just needs to be, some shit needs to be squashed and talked about. And apologies need to be given for it to be worked out.
No,
Okay.
B, you know I love you. I'll shut up in a second. What Toothless is doing is strategic. Listen to me. It is strategic what he is doing. Trust me. He got one foot in the grave and one in the casket and one out on this road. He's smoking 8 packs of cigarettes a day and drinking that liquor like it's water.
I definitely think it's a hidden agenda behind it, Hillary. I definitely can give you that because he has proven himself too many times that he's not to be trusted. So it's definitely a hidden agenda. But
Hold on, you guys feel like it's a hidden agenda to call a truce? And I'm not saying it trying to be smart, y'all. I'm legit asking.
Honestly, I think it is. I think it's very strategic. Like, just to up other people. I'm gonna be real honest.
Okay, what do you think the motive is?
it's just like another.
Wait, it sound muffled. Say it again.
I'm feeding the baby. I feel like it could be like another clout each. How I feel, because it's like, I'm not gonna put no names in it, but I know that it's been plenty of times where, that one content creator could have squashed the shit and you did not squash it. So my thing is, like, you was just literally just going off on everybody else not even 48 hours ago. So what made you wake your toothless ass up and say that I want to just squash some shit when you had the opportunity to already squash it? I'm not understanding. So why you just get up this morning and just say, oh, I'm going to do this or whatever. I'm going to try to bring everybody to come together. I mean, hey, if you had your come to Jesus moment, then it is what it is. But I just don't, it's just not, nah. It's Kev we talking about, so I don't think.
Okay. Maybe he got tired today. Somebody said maybe he got tired. He don't want, he trying to squash things. Hold on. Okay, whoever is next, go ahead.
I'm tired too, but I'm about to jump around. Let me finish feeding the baby. Thank you, Trip.
All right.
I have a different opinion, Trip. Last night, and this is just me being unbiased, I've been watching all the lives and everything. I saw, I ain't the best fan of Kev, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. But I saw a different side of him when he came up on Slim Live last night. And he came in straight up playing gospel music. He was calm. His tone was different.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it felt like he had a little pain in him to see that it had went that far. And I think that it was because of the creators of that it was. You get what I'm saying? And that it was like, yo, this really has come too far. We don't need to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? He was really being positive and, and he probably just thought about it, and maybe his daughter probably said something to him that triggered him and said, hey, you know what? You're right. We do need to make a change. You get what I'm saying? Because he mentioned that in Petty's live tonight that he.
That depends on what
Hold
personality
on,
you're
Hillary.
talking
Hold
to.
on. Hold
It
on. Hold
just
on.
depends on what personality
Hold
you're
on,
talking to.
Hillary. I get your
Different
frustration.
personalities. He
I
talked
get
about
that.
my husband and he talked about AP vagina for a week.
Respectfully, Hillary, respectfully, just give me my time, and I understand your
I will give
grievances.
you your time, but baby, what it triggers me. It triggers me because it's fake and phony. He called a black woman who owned a business a TikTok thought.
And respectfully, but that was still, we get your grievances, we get that you upset. He has done things to you in the past or whatever,
He
but what
just
we're
done
talking about,
something to me
what
last
no,
week. And
Hillary,
I'm gonna check his ugly ass.
I understand that. And see, Hillary, honestly, this here, your grievances that you're airing right now is part of the problem. Because any opportunity that you get, you on any panel that you get, and Kev is the subject, he could not have said your name, and you'll come in and you'll start roasting him. It'd be funny. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. I'm not even gonna lie and cap with you. However, it's people like you who will come in and come and stir the pot, and you'll say negative things, and it'll change the whole tone of what the live was initially even about or whatever, and it ain't even it's not even necessary. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So if it can start with the creators of coming together and saying, hey, let's nip this shit in the bud. If you come in somebody's panel and you start bragging on Kev, and that creator says, Hillary, we ain't doing this, drop. You know what I'm saying? That's where the change start coming. You get what I'm saying? And once you set the tone, you create the behaviors of what you want to receive inside of your lives. You know what I'm saying? But to circle back to what I was initially saying before I was interrupted, last night, Kel came in and I heard and felt the compassion. You know what I'm saying? I felt the compassion that was coming from him. He came in, this is my faith, my season. He was playing gospel music and it touched the entire live. I could tell that it did calm Slim down a little bit, and it gave him time to process and think. You get what I'm saying? Or whatever. And it made me look at him like, okay, you do have a heart. You're not as callous as you always project yourself to be, so for him to take this initiative, and it may not last initially, but somebody got to stand on it and say, okay, y'all saying 2 hours, you say 2 days, but I'm gonna make a believer out of you, and I'm gonna be the leader. You can either follow or you can fall behind, one or the other, or whatever. And if you got so much impact as you think you do on your followers, you can change the whole narrative, and I think that it's really the grievances is coming from the person who delivered the initial message of trying to make it happen or whatever. It's not so much of that, oh, we don't want to see it, da, 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 da. Why wouldn't you want to see that? We got a lot of people fighting against each other so much. We got so many other people that are against us. Why not come together and say, you know what? This side of TikTok is impactful. They all getting thousands of people in their lives at one time. You know what I'm saying? My mother has always beat into me, nothing beats failure but trying. How you know it's not going to work if you don't try? How you not going to know if you don't give it the full effort and say, let me see. The fact that Aunt Karen and Kev got on a panel tonight, they have not been able to be in the same space for 2.5 years for their grievances. And the fact that Kev is the one who is orchestrating it, for Karen to say, I will be there, should speak volumes to a lot of people. It should speak volumes to a lot of people. That alone right there should say, hey, you know what? If they can do it, if she can say, I'm going to go, that let me know that she tied just as well. You know what I'm saying? That lets it, she trying to let it go as well too. But Hillary, is with people like yourself and others, we all cackle, we crack our jokes in the comments and all this other stuff. We instigate, and the person cannot be done had a problem with us. I've been guilty of it, where I'll go in there and say a little crack a joke or whatever because my favorite creator don't like that particular person and I'm just cracking jokes or whatever. I'm guilty of it, but I'm not also not gonna come up here and bash and drag drag the next creator, for a laugh every single, So we have to look into ourselves, like yourself, Hillary, and say, he did that to my husband. He said this about my husband. But at what point do you get tired and say, you know what? I'm going to let him have that, because as long as you allow, he gave you a year and a half ago to keep carrying on, he's no longer the problem. You are the problem. You are the problem, because nobody can control your feelings but you. If somebody hurt you or made you feel, as long as you are feeling that feeling and carrying on that feeling, that is all on you, baby. You know what I'm saying? No longer, and the person is going to respond back to you every single time, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I respect you, Miss Hillary, because you are my elder. I wasn't raised to disrespect or whatever, however so. But what I need from you is to be that leader as well, because you are my elder, and be the example that you want other people to follow. I know you want everybody to laugh. You got your grievances, all the other stuff, but be the example. You know what I'm saying? Be the change that you want to see.
Okay, so let me first of all tell you, I have respect for you also. This was not a year ago. He was just talking about me and my husband not even a week ago. So I want to be clear. He's continuously trying to dox me and my husband to find out what is going on. There's nothing going on. But that's stuff that I will deal with him.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a right to protect myself, right? And my space. And at what point in time, when I've been off this app over 7 months before I just started coming back, is it okay for him, when everybody else quit and left me and my husband alone, but he's the one giving updates on this and that, on old information, old stale information, making it seem like it's relevant and true? That falls on him too.
Yes, ma'am. I can agree with that.
I have a right to defend myself, right?
Yes,
and so I do understand what you're saying. I understand about being positive and all of that, because God knows I want to be positive. My husband don't even want to have nothing to do with TikTok. That's something we deal with. But I at some point in time, how long do you sit and lay down and somebody just keep dragging you, disrespecting you, misgendering you, calling me Hillary every chance he gets? When is enough enough? When do I have a right to respond?
So, Miss Hillary, can I ask you a fair question?
Go right ahead.
So with this change and what he's trying to do and what you just stated, would you be open to you and him having a one-on-one and not bringing all of us into it? There's thousands of people who hear each side of the back and forth, having a middle ground, a person that sits in the middle and being the mediator and saying, hey, let's have a conversation, because this is how you make me feel. You said that you a changed man and this is what you don't want to see. But if you're trying to change, start with the people and who you have impacted or made an impact to, and how you've made them feel, however so. Or would you be willing to say to take that meeting and speak with him privately without the audience of all of us? Because what happens is that you make it impactful. You bring it to us to have to digest as well. But would you be open-minded to receive that meeting and talk to him privately, and let him express your grievances, instead of bringing it to Trip panel or whoever panel you're on and just taking that opportunity to take a dig, even though he has said something, and misgendering you? I don't agree with none of that at all. Just to be clear, I'm not taking up for him or anything like that, but it's exhausting, Miss Hillary. And I know it got to be exhausting on you as well, too, to be carrying that yourself, those feelings. It's not fair to you either to even be feeling that somebody keeps hammering towards you. But would you be open to say, you know what, I am tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And stop feeding the negativity, stop giving it life, because it's becoming cancerous to where it's spreading from one live to the next live and it's not just you, Miss Hillary. I don't want you to feel like I'm beating down on you. I just made that an example because this is what's happening right now.
Right. So let me respond to you in this way. So yes, you understand that Kev dragged me. He begged me for an interview. Okay. He begged me.
I remember all of that.
Okay. And then after that interview, He flipped on me and drugged me. Now, you remember, and we don't have to go there, but what I'm going to tell you is this. If in fact he is this changed man, as he's claiming to be, and everybody is being positive and saying, okay, give him that opportunity, then even in the Bible, it speaks about a man does never ever talk about another man's wife or another person's husband. So he gotta look internally in himself. Would I be closed-minded to say, no, I don't want him to talk to me? If he wants to apologize to me the same way he did on his page to drag me, then I can have a conversation with him.
And I respect that. So we're going to stop right there. And so we don't have no buts added on or anything like that. And let's start right there and try to go from there, you know, because I can feel and hear the pain in your voice when you speak about it, you know, or whatever. So we'll stop right there. And the fact that you are open-minded to it and all you're wanting is an apology, and on his platform where he delivered it, you know.
Let me say this in conclusion and I'll be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nobody will ever understand the conviction how I felt as my husband's wife to fight for my marriage on everything that went down the way it went down. And I had to leave TikTok to fight for my marriage. And to have him, after 6 months ago, trying to drum up all kind of stuff again with me and my husband, it hurt me to my core.
I'm so sorry, Miss Hillary. My intent was not to
really apologize.
make you emotional, and I'm sorry. I do apologize. I don't know what it feels like, what you had to go through your marriage, and no one deserves to be beat down or done any kind of way or whatever. And I have much empathy to you or whatever. I don't want you to cry on this panel, on this live or anything, because you deserve just as well as the next person or whatever. And Miss Hillary, I'll reach out to you personally on my end, you know, and see if I could even be the mediator if need be or however so, because I don't want to feel that any longer. I don't want to hear it any longer or whatever as well, because it's overwhelming on both ends, you know, and I don't want you to hurt because you're hurting.
Right.
And you're hurting and you're projecting it upon us. And it, like I said, it's funny. You having some good drags and digs. Right. I promise to God, I think you done took a page out of Kappa and Trip book. You know, but nonetheless, it's exhausting.
Deeper.
It's deeper and it's exhausting. And you need to let him say what he needs to say to you, or however so y'all have a conversation so that you can let it go, so you can begin the healing process. Because now's the time to heal so that you can be able to focus and give your all into your marriage. Because you're allowing TikTok as well, too, to interfere into your marriage. Yeah. Because if you're not in the correct headspace that you need to be for your marriage because of TikTok and what people are saying and all this other stuff and getting into your head, you know, that's not fair to you. And that's not fair to your husband either. No one deserves that. No one deserves that. You don't deserve that at all whatsoever. All you need, what you should be on is like, hey, I just need to give the love that I married this man for a reason, and I need to focus on that reason and that reason alone, or whatever, what somebody's saying to me and what they doing to me and how they making me feel, and it should not be affecting my marriage, you know, or whatever. So my heart goes out to you, and it truly, truly does, you know. And again, this was not a beat up Hillary moment, and I just want you to know that I'm coming from a truly sincere place, you know. All I'm saying is give anything a chance. You get what I'm saying?
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Miss Karen, but just give a chance, or whatever, because I'm here to support you, and I'm sure a lot of other people are here to support you. Yeah, we may laugh at your jokes and all the other stuff or whatever, but we really are here to support you because we still stand around in the space that you even come into. So I need you to see the bigger picture. Don't let one person or however person, affect that. Look at the other people that are around that still stay in the room that you are in. That shows you that is support that is still there.
So I still feel, and I hear what you're saying, but I feel like for Hillary, she is able to determine to what her feelings are and how that comes about in terms of like, is there apologies going to be made? I want to be clear. The reason that I'm attending this is I do want to see people get along, but I also think we have to make apologies. I think we also have to stand on certain things and be honest with each other about why we said these hurtful things, the things that we've done, and not just, it's not going to be a kumbaya because those feelings don't go away. Hillary feels the way she feels because, like she said, it was just the other day. And I understand where people are saying, hey, be open-minded. But if we're going to be open-minded, then we got to talk about the real. We have to. I'm going into this saying, okay, I do want to have this conversation. I don't want to argue with people. I don't want to throw these blind shots at people. But I also want to make sure, are we going to all be honest? Are we going to say, hey, that stuff that turned that a small disagreement turned into somebody's family members being doxxed should have never happened? Because if we're not going to say that, then this meeting will never work. Yep. If we are not going to stand on what we've done as individuals, this meeting will never work. We must take accountability for everything that we have done to each other. So I'm okay with the meeting happening, but we have to be honest about it. And if Hillary is not there yet, you cannot make her be there because, like she said, it was just the other day.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. I'm not saying that. I wasn't trying to force it or anything. I just wanted to give her a different perspective. And Karen, I mentioned you before you even came in. That the fact that y'all was on the same panel and stuff, that we haven't seen that in 2 years, that let me know that you were open-minded. That should be the first step that everybody look at, or whatever. And you're right. Apologies do need to go across the board. I've been in all of these lives. The apologies have to start. That's where it has to start. And when I was in the comments, I had requested to come up when a few people had dropped because I feel like there needs to be some structure. And I don't know if Kappa is here or whatever, because I know she's kind of starting to organize it. But my corporate mind came on immediately. There needs to be an agenda or whatever. There needs to be a timekeeper. There needs to be a timekeeper. Or whatever,
a note taker.
And keeping to that, sticking straight to the agenda, and like, hey, having ground rules straight up and down, and saying, hey, this is non-negotiable or whatever. That, hey, when we begin to speak, and we're not over. I know all that said about the over talking, the timekeeping, all of that needs to go into in a professional manner. It shouldn't be a firing squad against one person, however so, and people got to be open to receiving as well too, and listening, because even with those apologies, there are going to still be some wounds reopened, or whatever.
Mediator.
There going to be some wounds that are going to be reopened that are going to trigger you or whatever, but you got to be open-minded and say, okay, that's not what this is for. They're not attacking me. They're just kind of revisiting, and sometimes people got to tell a story to tell their why.
Right. And I'm 100% with that. I work as an HR manager off this app. I go to all sorts of mediations and between employees and all kinds of stuff. We need somebody who is a third party, who is neutral. And that's going to be hard to find because you need somebody who doesn't have any skin in the game one way or the other. And what I mean by that is somebody who has never really sided with anybody, and who can say, okay, I hate to do like when you in camping, somebody has the talking stick and who got to talk, but also you can't be long-winded. You got to be able to get to your point, because we don't all night. So we want to make sure, but also, like I said, we gotta be open to what someone said and why you said it, and I need you to understand how that made me feel. And when you did that, how I made you feel when I did whatever I did. So we can't come in here like I'm perfect. I'm not to blame on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't blame me. I'm just reacting. And that's BS.
It is. That's an excuse.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
got a lot of stuff
I'm with you
people.
100%. I'm gonna say that loud, Karen. There has to be 360 accountability, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line, right? Miss Hillary, I feel you 100%. I have been married for 32 years, right? And I know how it feels to feel like, even even off the app, like when I'm included in something, my husband is automatically dragged, right? Automatically, he's not off limits. But instead of, and I'm non-biased, I follow Trip, all of them. I just be a bystander looking. I support them all. I love all their lives. All of them bring something different to the table. I rock with T. I rock with Chef. I rock with Trip, Kappa, everybody, because I love the content that they bring out, right? However, I'm not going to let TikTok dictate my marriage at the end of the day, right? And even though Kev may have, I kind of know, and it doesn't matter what the backstory is, but what I want is for you to be healed from whatever hurt you so you can go and appease your husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this to affect what you have going on internally, right? Even if it means you apologizing to Kev and say, hey, let's call a ceasefire. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm crying because you overall matter as well. But I didn't come up here for that. But I'm when the tears come in, I'm compassionate to that because I can feel your pain, and I can understand that you were hurt during the process. I've been around these platforms in the background for a very long time. I've been supporting the morning show, the after show, the midnight show, the other show, been moderating for some of the bigger ones, the whole 9 yards, right? But at the end of the day, don't let nobody disrupt your environment like that. I'm not gonna take that to bed with me at night. I'm not gonna cry about it because at the end of the day, this is a social app, and people have a right to their opinions. They have a right to what they say. They have a right to what they do, and so do you. I be cracking up when you be dragging them. I'm not gonna tell no story. I love your comebacks. I love them. However, it's impacting you in another way now. So I would even hop in that man's DM and say, "Hey, look, whatever it is, it went too far, and this is what you did to me, and this is why I feel the way I do. So, what is your response to that? And if y'all have to separate and forever, be okay with that. Be okay with that. But Trip, what and Miss Hillary, I love you. I love you, right? And if we gotta have some married conversations on the back end about this whole wife situation and husband situation, we can do it. Because I've been in it for a long time. But Trip, what I wanted you to bring up, if you can, for the people.
Miss Roseanne.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it. It's
I
heartfelt.
love you, Miss Hillary.
Now, let me be crystal clear about one thing.
Hmm.
My marriage is intact.
Great.
That's the
That's all I
only
want to
thing,
know.
that's the only thing I will ever discuss about TikTok. I
Great.
regret putting my marriage on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't do that.
However, I appreciate what you said. Karen knows I have a love for her. I know she has a love for me. I
Hmm.
know Trick do. I know I have people who really do care and pray for me and look out for me, and I
Hmm.
appreciate it. So
Absolutely. And I'll always be rah in your corner because I know how I feel to be a wife. Like when I get on these panels and speak about, my longevity in my marriage, being with one man my whole life, that's frowned upon, regretfully. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. But hey, the people got a right to their opinion, right? But I'm going to still be Rose at the end of the day. And I'm going to still go in there and be submissive to mine when this app is over and appease him and make sure that he's happy at the end of the day. So one of the things that I decided to do is keep my children and my marriage, off this app. I may share a little bit on Ty Live because, we just connect like that. But yeah, I'm sorry for everything that you went through. And I sincerely apologize on behalf of the people. If Kev don't offer you one, I am. Because it's not okay, right? It's not okay, especially if you feel the way that you feeling right now as
Rose,
one of ours. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
if you don't mind me cutting you off.
Go ahead, Zara. Go ahead. Zahara, I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. Sorry.
Yes, Zahara. Thank you for getting it. With Miss Hillary, I think she's just more emotional about Kevin misgendering her. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I think Hillary is more upset and emotional about being misgendered versus being able to be there for her husband and providing.
Oh, I wasn't coming from a providing standpoint. I've heard the back and forth between Kev and Miss Hillary. All I'm saying is that she's to the point of tears, and she needs a little bit. She needs some hugs and some love. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm here to offer up for her. And if she want to have a conversation on the back end privately, we definitely can because I've been there, done that. Whatever the case may be. That's all I'm saying, Zara.
Yes, ma'am.
Trip. Now I'm back to Trip. Trip.
I'm here.
I'll listen. Can you all? This is what I really want you all to bring up: some mentorship, right? A lot of these new creators, they coming out here. They want to build the platforms, you know, and things of that nature. And I would love to see you all put together a mentorship program, even if it's at a cost, right? Because y'all time is very valuable and your content is very great. And, people look up to you all. And I would love to see you all mentor people out of Gen X, Y, and Z if it's possible. Just different people, Trip. I just look like you and Kappa. I promise to God, like I be erupting in laughter. I be almost about to get fired every day, okay? Every day and still be coming back knowing I'm at risk. So, like, I would, if you can bring that up, I would really love for you all to take, a group and really mentor them and show them the back end and the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows of what they getting themselves into because I really truly believe a lot of people really don't understand what it takes, right? To host
I
these
think that more.
lives.
I think that more or less so falls under what Tea Time is talking about doing. She said where the content creators can all come over and tell individuals what their experiences are. So I think that more so falls under the realms of what she was talking about doing.
Yeah, and I rock with T, but I would love to hear from you and Captain too.
True. Do you got a twin? Because somebody came in here named Talks with Tori. You got a twin, girl?
No.
What you doing?
Oh, okay. Carry on.
Victoria.
I don't know. It was written out just like yours is, and I just thought that hey, maybe you got a
They thought they were gonna trick somebody. They said they won't miss the last two letters. To hell with it.
Because I was responding to them. I thought it was maybe a backup page of yours or something.
No. I don't know no Talks with Tori.
Ooh. But yeah, I think y'all keep it raw, and I've been around these platforms for a long time. Like I remember when a lot of the content creators that was from the morning show branched off on their own and, supported them in the whole 9 yards. So believe it or not, I've been around for a long time just watching as a supporter because whether people want to believe it or not, this is a business, it's a job. And I'm moderated professionally for the actual TikTok company in Texas, right? Professionally, a professional moderator, right? So, I seen the highs and lows on the front end and the back end, and I just want to be a supporter, right? But I believe that with the knowledge that you all have, you all can impact a lot of generations and really show them the moves and some of the comebacks and how to defend themselves when they under fire. You all give them the courage and the strength to do that. Cause I don't see myself in some of the rebuttals that you all have, right? Cause that's
Okay.
not my personality. I wish I could say half the stuff you all say. Like, so I would love to see that. So if you can kind of mention that in the meeting, I would greatly appreciate you. And I'm gonna land my plane with that. Trip. I love you. Thank you for all your contributions to the app, to the people, to the people's voice being heard. You, Kappa, Tea Time Chef, all of y'all. I think it's a great thing to see you all come together and say, you know what, we gonna stop all this and we finna create positive content. Cause believe it or not, it's happening on the other side of TikTok. Cause I've seen it in live and living color. Them
Yeah.
people go on there with their little mini brand toys or whatever they got. Them people throw them gifts and the whole 9 yards. And I have to sit here as a professional moderator and watch this and bot comments, right? The bad comments, bottom out, right? But then people just be as happy as an impleasurable and they don't have all the drama. They
Yeah.
don't have all the creators coming after each other in the mini brand world or in the let's look Cedar couples. They go to amusement parks. They be
Rose,
number one in the rankings. Okay, I'm a land trip.
Rose, you circled the airport and the tarmac is
Sorry.
now full.
Yes,
You
I'm
can't.
sorry. I'm gonna drop with that.
I'm just
But
messing
yeah,
with you. See, I be coming in with little jokes or whatever. I don't really mean, once people really get to know
I
me,
feel you, Miss
but
E.
you know how the tarmac be full and the plane have to keep circling and you be in the air
Mm-hmm.
another 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
gotta
I
use
ain't
the
long winded
bathroom,
like
girl.
that.
You can't, the
I'm
seatbelt
sorry,
sign
Miss
is
E.
on. So, and the
Y'all
tarmac
let
is
her
clear.
land the plane. You
Come
keep
on and
talking
land
to
the
her.
plane, baby. Come on.
Let her
Yeah,
land.
I was just saying that I'm just waiting for the positive outcome, Miss Hillary. I support you. I'm behind you. 100%. I love you, and thank you for everything, Trip. I really appreciate everybody that was in that meeting today. Petty Rose, Chef Foxy, Tea Time, Slim. Shouts out to all y'all. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see us unite. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna be in these comments.
You too. Have a good evening. Well, anybody else want to add anything? Miss Pinky, I know you're new here. You haven't spoke. Do you want to speak?
I done fell asleep.
Zahara?
I love you, mean it.
But thank you, Trip, for giving me the opportunity to say that or whatever. But I'm nothing but peace and blessings for all of this. Karen, thank you for being an example without even knowing that you was an example or whatever. Just showing us the growth and maturity in yourself as well too. And I think that kind of, because that stuck with me. And that's what I mentioned, when you were so, but I look forward to the outcome to see what it is, and y'all have a wonderful. Zahara, stop! Little messy.
I
You
am
is
being messy.
childish. Look,
I
look,
am. I
look.
am.
I
I'm
know petty.
sorry.
I know petty when I see it, girl. But I'm
I
on my
love
way.
you.
I ain't finna circle the airport. Y'all have a good
I love
night.
your accent.
Oh, well, I'm from the South, girl. I'm a country girl.
Excellent.
I wish I could match
So,
it, but yeah.
all right, y'all have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Now y'all talking about petty. Zahara was the one got put up our petty live in there being petty. When
Stop.
petty like I'm getting
Stop.
ready to get you guys.
My family lives in Atlanta
Oh gosh.
and in
Okay.
Tennessee.
All right. Who next? Who is next? They said don't want to change. Miss Pinky, are you gonna speak? I think you're the only one here that hasn't spoken at all. And Mocha. Oh, and Pitbull, you two. Well, y'all three.
I also want to hear what Zahara. Ooh, let me go.
I can go. Don't nobody else want to go. I just wanted to address Miss Hillary because I was there that day when she got that dragon with Kevin. He did drag her and he did beg for her to come up on the panel, and when she did, I mean, it was just all kind of mess, and he keeps that mess up all the time. And I know the other night when I was on Slim's Live, I don't support Kevin anymore because he don't do nothing but drink, smoke, and talk stupid. When he talked about somebody's dead mama and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was just ridiculous. So I stopped supporting him. And the other night when I was in Slim's live, we were going back and forth over, because his daughter has a big mouth just like he does, and she 29. So if she can spit it, she can get it too.
Up his daughter. Let me drop. I'm not trying to get in no argument.
Yeah. So he always say, watch how you talk to my daughter and all that kind of stuff. But it's like he doesn't understand that, his daughter is grown and she does her own thing or whatever. But anyway, that's a whole nother story because I don't even care about that. But Miss Hillary, I just want to apologize for what you went through that day. I know you didn't come back either. He was waiting for you to come back. I'm not sure if you had said you were and you didn't. But he was upset about that, and that's when the hemorrhage and all that kind of stuff started. So I just wanted to apologize for that, because I did witness it, and I
You don't
had
have to answer that. Miss Hillary, you don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Pitbull.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I just don't
wrapping
think
up
that was a
anyway.
valid question to ask someone. It's not appropriate.
I was just wanting to, apologize for that.
It's just not an appropriate question to ask someone that was already emotional about being misgendered.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I'm saying that it's not an appropriate question to ask someone that was already being misgendered. You have feedback.
Was it a question or a statement? Because I don't remember asking a question. And I wasn't talking to you. So what does it have to do with you? What's the relevance?
You implied it to Miss Hillary, and I'm telling you that it's not an okay question to ask someone.
It wasn't
It's
a
inappropriate.
question. It wasn't a question. It was an apology about what happened to her. And I was talking to her, not you. And I'm out.
You sandwiched a lot of statements and a question, but go on.
Okay. Thank you, Shay. Anybody else want to add anything? Mocha.
Yes, Trips. Let me go real quick because I promise you I'm not gonna be long winded. I just want to say, you know what? Kudos to you, Trip, Kev, all of the big creators. I just want to say one thing. It's gonna have to happen naturally. Things like this can't be forced. And and when you had did the poll, I'm the one I voted the 2 or 3 months, right? Because like anything, people get caught up in the moment. Oh yeah, let's do it. But you have to be consistent and you really have to work for it, right? And I think another thing to take into consideration too is also, yes, the comment section stirs up a lot of this stuff, but guess what happens too? A lot of stuff happens on the back end. So I think the creators too also need to take that into consideration. Yes, say, hey, nope, that's not true. Shut it down in the lives, but also shut it down in the back end conversations too, because people do get in people's ear on the back end, and that causes a lot of controversy as well. So just dropping gems here. Let's let it happen naturally. Hopefully it works. And then again, other creators who are not invited to it can also see how it works and go from there. But I hope it does work out for everybody. Hillary, I understand. When you're hurt, you're hurt. Nobody can dictate that. When you're ready, right? So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I hope and pray that this conference that you guys have breaks barriers, and also that you guys can lead by example and let it happen naturally. That's all I want.
Supporting him. And the other night when I was in Slim's live, we were going back and forth over, because his daughter has a big mouth just like he does, and she 29. So if she can spit it, she can get it too.
Up his daughter. Let me drop. I'm not trying to get in no argument.
Yeah. So he always say, watch how you talk to my daughter and all that kind of stuff. But it's like he doesn't understand that, his daughter is grown and she does her own thing or whatever. But anyway, that's a whole nother story because I don't even care about that. But Miss Hillary, I just want to apologize for what you went through that day. I know you didn't come back either. He was waiting for you to come back. I'm not sure if you had said you were and you didn't. But he was upset about that, and that's when the hemorrhage and all that kind of stuff started. So I just wanted to apologize for that, because I did witness it, and I
You don't
had
have to
no
answer
problem
that.
in it.
Miss Hillary, you don't have to answer that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry
I'm
about that.
sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Pitbull.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
I just
wrapping
don't
up
think that was a
anyway.
valid question to ask someone. It's not appropriate.
I was just wanting to, apologize for that.
It's just not an appropriate question to ask someone that was already emotional about being misgendered.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, what
Yes.
did you say? I didn't hear you.
I'm saying that it's not an appropriate question to ask someone that was already being misgendered. You have feedback.
Was it a question or a statement? Because I don't remember asking a question. And I wasn't talking to you. So what does it have to do with you? What's the relevance?
You implied it to Miss Hillary, and I'm telling you that it's not an okay question to ask someone.
It wasn't
It's
a
inappropriate.
question. It wasn't a question. It was an apology about what happened to her. And I was talking to her, not you. And I'm
Right.
out.
You sandwiched a lot of statements and a question, but go on.
Okay. Thank you, Shay. Anybody else want to add anything? Mocha.
Yes, Trips. Let me go real quick because I promise you I'm not gonna be long winded. I just want to say, you know what? Kudos to you, Trip, Kev, all of the big creators. I just want to say one thing. It's gonna have to happen naturally. Things like this can't be forced. And and when you had did the poll, I'm the one I voted the 2 or 3 months, right? Because like anything, people get caught up in the moment. Oh yeah, let's do it, let's do it. But you have to be consistent and you really have to work for it, right? And I think another thing to take into consideration too is also, yes, the comment section stirs up a lot of this stuff, but guess what happens too? A lot of stuff happens on the back end. So I think the creators too also need to take that into consideration. Yes, say, hey, nope, that's not true. Shut it down in the lives, but also shut it down in the back end conversations too, because people do get in people's ear on the back end, and that causes a lot of controversy as well. So just dropping gems here. Let's let it happen naturally. Hopefully it works, and then again, other creators who are not invited to it can also see how it works and go from there. But I hope it does work out for everybody. Hillary, I understand. When you're hurt, you're hurt. Nobody can dictate that. When you're ready, right? So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I hope and pray that this conference that you guys have breaks barriers, and also that you guys can lead by example and let it happen naturally. That's all I wanted to say.
All righty. Well, thank you. We do appreciate it. Miss Pinky, you've been up here this whole time. You gonna say something? Let me request a microphone. I just sent you a request to turn your microphone on. Miss Pinky. Right, I'm just gonna drop you. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think so. Because I kept saying Miss Pinky, Miss Pinky. Miss Pinky said shit. Y'all took too long to put me off you. Yeah, shit. Y'all would have came for me 20
Apologize
minutes
for
ago.
cutting Miss Pinky off.
Yeah. She said 20, 30 minutes ago, y'all would have came. It would have been cool.
Really quick, Lee, too, just really quick, understand that, Kev's daughter was brought into this. I don't know if she inserted herself or whatever the case may be, but you all have to understand that that's his baby as well, right? Because I'm going to go to hell for mine. You understand me? So just keep that in mind with the rebuttals and everything like that. And Kev may have had a change of heart when his daughter was in the panels, windmilling for him. So I'm not saying what's right, what's wrong, but that's my baby gonna always be my baby. So that's his baby too. So I just wanted to put that point out there. I hear what everyone is saying, Zahara. I hear what you're saying, but you know that's his baby. That's just like that's Miss Hillary's spouse. or whatever. So I think that he wanted to toe the line when his children and his family got involved. Then I feel like that's okay for him to have an awakening and say, "Oh, wait, this is affecting my baby girl. My child." Because I would toe the line at that point too. Because nobody want to see nobody kids out here blasted all over the internet, pictures and all this other kind of stuff.
Well,
It
Miss
went too
Rose,
far.
Miss
Mm-hmm.
Rose,
Yes, ma'am, Miss Hillary.
I have to respectfully say this, that we all somebody's baby, right? My husband is
Yeah.
somebody's baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his family sees this stuff, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
have to conduct ourselves accordingly, not just when it comes and it hits home. Do you understand?
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
it hit home for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
My only point that I was driving in is that could have been his awakening moment. That could have been the moment that said that for him that said, "Wait a minute, this is too much now." You know what I'm saying? And whether he got that awakening yesterday, the day before yesterday, or tomorrow, the point is that at least he got it right to say, "Hey, can we call a ceasefire? I'm tired. I'm done." So it don't matter, it doesn't matter as long as he's willfully as a man saying, "Look, I played my role in this. I'm standing accountable for my actions, and now I'm done. I don't want to do it no more." You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm with Kev on that. Miss Hillary, I support you. I'm very respectful to your opinion, to your feelings, to your hurt and everything. And I wish we could dissect this somewhere else, but at least he's
Can I
making
say this,
progress.
sweetie? Because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
forgot.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me be clear.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few things that can hurt me. Okay, let me be clear. One of them is coming from my husband. Okay, that's a very sensitive spot for me. I am okay. His words about me, I'm fair game because I'm on this app. My husband is not. Do you understand? I want you to follow me.
Yes, ma'am. I follow you, Miss Hillary.
Hillary is fair game if I'm on this app in the TikTok streets. If I brought somebody else, kid, a mama, a husband, a wife, then mine would be fair game. But I'm only firing back bullets that was fired at me.
I understand, Miss Hillary. Look, I'm married, right?
So you understand that. So out of respect for my husband, he has told me, I want them to to stop. Don't post anything about us. Let our relationship and marriage be us.
Okay.
And so for me, I simply was saying that, okay, so why can't people leave people's spouses alone? If he's not on social media dealing with anything, then let him be. To come at me, and I know I have done things too, but to come at me, and it's called a cause and effect, okay? A cause
Absolutely.
and effect. And you say, when's the last time you seen Nate? That's my husband. What do you mean, when's the last time I seen him? I got off this app to save my marriage. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So,
And I've also heard people come for Kappa's spouse in the same manner, and don't know them from an apple from a
right,
peach, right?
that's called that's I'm
Mine
only
too.
speaking for me. I'm not speaking for everybody else. I know I came for that, and the reason why it was a cause and effect. He caused it in the effect of what I did after that. So but I have to respectfully tell you, I respect you, right? And
As I do
you can advocate to you blue in the face, but it's not going to have the same effect if it was Kev and me talking, right? So he has to make the decision what he wants to do. If he's having these kumbaya moments with these big creators, then he needs to be able to reach out to people he don't think is big creators or people he know he's done wrong and have the conversation. And if we're both adults, there's going to be a positive outcome in the end. if he has good intentions. But we all know actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. Trip, do you think that we can make that happen? That maybe if we can get Kev and Miss Hillary, to talk it out in a private manner, all comments off, no shots fired, downright for her to explain to him how she feels and him to rebuttal, and so to call it a truth. Do you think that's possible?
I think anything is possible. I don't think I would be the person to put that together simply because me and him are not on the best of terms. When they came over and told me to unblock him, I had to unblock him to be invited. So I don't
Oh
think
yeah, I remember.
I'm in a
You're
position
right.
to call a truce between him and anybody. I couldn't call a truce between him and AP, but I definitely think that they should be able to have a conversation. I think that would do very well.
Yeah, so maybe I can talk to a few people because I mess with a couple people on this app on the back end.
I'm going to be speaking to Miss Nitra on Sunday. So
Perfect.
I'll be
Miss Nitra,
speaking to
cool.
Miss Nitra. So so that's that, but I do need to get off and do my wifely duties, okay?
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
I appreciate all the conversation and things like that. And like I said, I feel the way I feel. As I
Yeah.
stated earlier today, I hope that this thing works, whatever y'all trying to do, but I think there's hidden agendas. I think that there's people's not gonna come being genuine. But if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. But we'll have to see.
Well, Miss Hillary, we gonna hold hands and see together, okay?
Have a blessed night, Miss Hillary.
Oh,
Good
baby,
night.
I am. If anybody know who I am, I got to get this Hello Kitty wax down.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I'm on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wives unite. We may need our our little wife thing going on.
Yep.
But yeah. Hopefully, you all will be able to work it out. I know I've seen camp history on this app. I'm not making excuses for the man at all. Trust you,
Who got
me.
the feedback? Somebody got bad
That's
feedback.
not me.
It's not me either.
Let me mic mute up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, love you, Miss Hillary. And I do stand behind you and your feelings. I'm not biased. And I apologize to you personally, woman to woman. Okay, wife to wife, mother to mother. I apologize on behalf of whatever this app did to make you feel the way you feel, sincerely. And I love you.
Again, what I will tell you, I appreciate that. I have the app hadn't done nothing to me. The app has left Hillary alone for 7 months, okay? Because I've been off this app. Let's be clear. It's not the app. It's one person, and it's Kevin the Comic. I just want to be clear there.
Okay, thank you. Get your moment with him, Miss Hillary.
Oh, baby, I got to go in here and wash this thing up right now.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Hillary.
Hey, Rose. I just wanted to say, I had brought up his daughter at first. That is his baby. I have a son too. I understand, but she's grown and she can be very messy, and there is a history with that. So I know you don't know that part, but yeah,
No, I do know that part. I've been around a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy, and so that's why I don't cut for neither one of them.
Yeah, I seen her come into the lines, but you know what? Y'all have to understand that the apple don't fall too far from the tree either.
And I just told her to stay